Hello, this is BentlBuilds, and welcome to Red River in City Skylines. Last time we were working in Redcliff right here, getting things all set up in our newest town. I think it's coming together quite nicely. There's a few things that I want to work on here. I forgot to rezone in here, which is embarrassing for me. When I originally put the elementary school in there, like a fool. I can't believe I forgot to do that, but it is fine. You know, I've forgiven myself. I hope that you, my dear viewers, can forgive me for my silly mistakes. Just trying to smooth things out in here too. I'm not really fully sure what I want to do in here yet. I definitely want parking lots, but I, just don't want to quite deal with that right now. Oh my goodness. And then there's buildings going here that aren't supposed to. It's just a mess over in here. Getting all reckless. And these people still don't have water. They kind of just need to deal with it. And there's crime for some reason. I don't even know. It's a lot. It's a lot happening over here. And we're just gonna ignore all of that and work on their parks. But before I do that, I want to do something completely unrelated. It has much more to do with the layout of the city of Small Rock, which will be over in here. I realized that this road here that kind of runs the length there, it goes all the way, and it kind of has this good trajectory to go like straight into the city, or where the city will go. So I want this, I'm just bringing this out right now. This road will be kind of the basis of the city. It'll be, at the very least, it'll be one of the more famous roads within the city. And then you can see here, there's another hill. I'm trying to decide if I want to do another park like I did over here in Redcliff, or if it might be kind of cool to develop it, make it like a cool neighborhood. I'm still thinking about that, but that's down the road. Don't need to worry about that too much yet. We're gonna work in here. Okay, so first things first, I think that I am going to replace these roads with paths from the nature park. And the reason for that is so that people won't drive around inside of the historical park, because that would be dumb and not very realistic. So we're not gonna even allow that to be a possibility, Plus, I feel like that looks not like more realistic, but like it makes more sense, I guess, in its own special way. I'm not gonna do any like traffic lights, anything like that. Traffic lights. I'm talking about this path with the stuff along the sides. I don't want to do that. I want this to look pretty bare bones, because that's kind of what it is. It's a bare bones little place. So I want to sort of stay true to that aesthetic. Okay, so we'll bring this over here. Nice. And doing this will probably mess with the grid a tiny bit, but it's not crucial that it's exactly the same. Kind of my inspiration for this, I am sure a fair amount of you who are watching this are from Utah. I feel like that's where I got a majority of my TikTok followers from, is when I was making my Utah County videos. So, you're probably familiar with This Is the Place State Park. That's kind of what I'm envisioning for this, is for it to feel kind of like historic, but also sort of educational. The main caveat to that is that, you know, this is the place, is not really an actual, like, they just put stuff there. This is the real deal. This is where all that stuff is. If you're not familiar with This Is the Place State Park, it's in Salt Lake City. It's kind of just a park that teaches about the Mormon pioneers and the stuff that those guys did. So, and the way that the pioneers were unfortunate enough to live, because, to be honest, I don't think I could handle living in any year previous to roughly 1980. I'm kind of a big baby, not to brag or anything. But I'm gonna put this fence along the tracks, just to kind of keep things a little bit separated in between the park and the train tracks. If you hadn't figured it out, that is, generally speaking, the main purpose of fences is to keep things separate. Fun fact for you there. I don't know why I said that in the first place, but there you go. And then, so this is going to be like the main entrance to the park. The paths on this, I think what I'll do is just connect them right in to the old grid system, and kind of go from there. I think it might be kind of cool to have it feel like sort of a, you know, museum vibe, but like outside and very large. But this is kind of what I had in mind. It just kind of goes immediately to the dirt. If you're coming from that path, obviously you could access it from here as well. I might, just because that's kind of another entrance, but I don't want to put it in as an entrance because there's that entrance right there, so it seems unnecessary. I will maybe upgrade this section of road just so it looks coherent. I think in here I will make it look kind of, well, I said museum. I think more like a visitor center would be a better way to describe what I'm thinking for this. You know, for people to learn and, yeah, you know. I don't know what I was really going for with that one. Oh, I'm trying to put in the wrong gate. How embarrassing for me. This one can just go kind of straight back. Oh, hold on. I actually don't want to do that yet. What I'm going to do in here is I want to put a little fountain right at the entrance, make it feel kind of fancy and nice. Just, you know, inviting. You know, you're here. If we're being honest, probably most people showing up at a place like this are not going to be like specifically excited to be at a place like this, so it'll at least be like, okay, like you're here, but it's not the worst. It could be worse, you know. There's at least a nice little fountain to look at, and then this is the little park info booth, so there'll be, you know, that's where you can go in and learn about the little settlers of this town. Obviously, we're going to throw in some bathrooms here and there. We'll put one at this main entrance, obviously. Also put in this little cafe. I think that would be a fun little touch. That can go actually on the corner, like a little corner cafe that's technically part of the park, but yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we will just go through, add a couple little bathrooms here and there so that people don't have to go all the way back to the main gate to relieve themselves, because that's not totally ideal. That. Over here, I think we can put in another gate. Actually, I kind of like that it's closed off, and that the main entrance is here. I could definitely see the possibility of youths coming in and creating issues. I don't know exactly what I was trying to say. You know, like coming in and doing vandalism, etc. So, to make that not happen, I think this will be more of a limited access type of park. That makes more sense to me as I'm putting this together. I use this fence. And I think this fence is good. It definitely gives off the historic vibe. Also, my sincerest apologies for using the word vibe to describe everything. It is a disease, and I unfortunately have been suffering with it for a long time, and there is no cure. So that is it has been hard, but I do believe that one day I'll be able to make it through. Until then, we're all just going to suffer with me using the word vibe in every circumstance possible, even when it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I do apologize, but also there's not much I can do. It is the curse that I have been given, and we're just gonna roll with it. So over in here, I'm just bringing the fence around. You might remember last time I decided it would be cool to have these houses kind of along the edge of the park, just to further separate everything. So I'm still going to be doing that. They'll just have a fence there as well. Oh, I went a little too far on that one. We're going to box out where the school is, obviously, because the school isn't going to be part of the park. But then, yeah, the rest of this will be fenced off as part of the park. So that'll be kind of a cool little thing. I personally think that this kind of stuff is really cool, like the old, I don't want to say ruins, but all the old stuff that was built by a bunch of old dead people. That's pretty cool to look at sometimes, you know? But I can also say with a lot of confidence there are a lot of people who are not fans of that, so, and that is fine for them. I think over in here, what I might do, because it's not going to be open to that side. Oh, I gotta turn this snapping back on real quick. I think it might be kind of cool to do like a, kind of a memorial to the people of the town who, oh my goodness, that was not what I was going for the people of the town who got washed away in the flood. That might be kind of a cool thing. Naturally, what? Okay, actually, this little church thing, that might look, oh, it has to be on a road though. Never mind. I was gonna say that might look cool, like a recreation of an old church that they built, but it's okay. We can worry about that later. I think we're just gonna do like a, a line of pine trees along this path. And then as it gets to that corner, it can be like symbolizing something. I don't know. In the comments, let me know what this should symbolize, because I'm thinking it would be kind of cool if it all kind of ended at a point with a big pine tree. Yeah, like that. yeah, kind of like a cool little pine tree plaza. And don't worry, I am gonna do a bunch of trees around it so it doesn't look like super funky. But yeah, some sort of symbolism in here for the poor people who built this town in the first place, who got a little wet and probably did not have a very good time getting wet, if we're being honest with ourselves. Kind of a bummer for them. Let's see. I definitely want more of these little shade trees. I think they're awesome. Do I know if they're like technically native to like a desert? No, but that is okay because I just like them. I think they're just really nice looking. We'll put more trees back in here. Ooh, I'll use some of these flower trees as part of the little memorial thing. Oh, I do like those trees too. I should have been using those all along. I'll just go ahead over in here and pop some of these in because I do like them. They add a little pop of the light green, which is nice. I think it helps things look a little more diverse too, which, given my affinity for pine trees everywhere, is a plus. Yeah, okay. We can do, oh yeah, maybe some bushes in here. That could be fun. Like a little, oh man. That was not fully intentional. We're gonna not do bushes. Instead, we're gonna do these cool flower trees. I think this one, nope, that one looks weird. Some of these trees look a little bit crazy and I don't love them. But like that one, I feel like it looks a little more realistic. 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems like a reasonable number. Maybe eventually I'll like find a cool statue or something on the workshop and I can put it, you know, in there, to make it feel a little more memorial-ish for these old town pioneers. I kind of think that over in here I want to leave it sparser as far as the trees, kind of be like, this is, you know, we're not planting anything new, this is how it was when we got here, kind of a thing. This is more the, you know, landscaped part of it. I also think it might be cool to have one of these paths come over sort of by the cemetery, and then connect over on this side, and have another little info booth or something, just you know, to be like, here's what we know about that's the cafe. Yeah, to be like, this is what we know about the people buried here at the cemetery that is like for sure haunted, because like how couldn't it be? And we'll put a bathroom over here too, just, you know, for good measure. Cute. And then we'll put some more trees in. This one is probably not as exciting to watch just because it is a lot of just popping the trees in, making it look kind of fun, kind of cute. And not boring. There we go. I think that is satisfactory for what we're going for here. So, I mean, coming into this park, it does look really nice. I think, like this in here, I think is a good feature. Other than that, like, all of this will be mostly left just the same because that's what it's intended to be, and that's okay. So there we go on that. I did want to just add some trees around in the city too. Just fill things in, make it look nice. These little gaps. So while I'm working on this, I think I'll tell you guys kind of what I'm thinking as far as the plan for the official like city of Red River, because that is, you know, naturally what this has all been leading up to, is getting started on that, and kind of building everything around it. From here on out, everything will sort of be based off of what Red River is built into. So I definitely am thinking it needs to have some amount of, like, you know, it's going to be a bigger city. I don't want it to, you know, look huge, like it's not a Chicago or, you know, something like that. It's going to be like a, think more like Salt Lake City or like Albuquerque, if you're familiar with what those skylines look like. That's more going to be the direction that I am wanting to go with how it looks, which I feel like will be a good, it'll look nice, I think, because I don't want the skyline to like take away from all of this, but I do want for there to be like a cool little skyline, of course, because this is City Skylines, and so if there's not a skyline, then what am I even doing, you know? Probably I would get put in jail for not doing a skyline. If we're being honest with ourselves, I think that seems like a very real possibility, so I'm not trying to risk it. I am trying to make this feel feel nice. Do some of these kind of trees to just make things look nice and green. And then I did mention that there will not be so much of a grid within the city of Red River, and that, I mean, obviously I'm going to stick to that as far as like it's not going to be a strict grid, but just the way that roads work and intersections, like there's going to be somewhat of a grid that develops, but it's not going to be like, oh yeah, this is the grid that the entire valley is going to be based on, and that's all it's going to be. Like, that's definitely not the direction I want to go on this, at least at this point. I want it to seem a little more, you know, interesting. And I do think I have it set up well for that at this point. Also, let's just take a minute and appreciate all the trees in here. Cute. Anyway, so like you can see here, this highway comes in from this way. This road that I said is going to be more of a main road. It's, you know, at a totally different angle. I do think, okay, for the record, I think I'm going to call it on here for now, except for I'm not, because I want to put some stuff in here. Just kind of forgot that was not finished. That'll fill in pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple trees in there too, so it does not end up looking kind of ugly, because you know how commercial areas can get looking a little crusty sometimes. We don't want that in our beautiful town. Anyway, so I'll turn on the topographic map so you can kind of see what I'm thinking over here, because this definitely is another hill. Like I said, I still don't know exactly what I want to do with this. Since this road goes up and over, and I already have a park that's kind of up on a hill like this, I think it would be kind of cool to have this be more like a neighborhood, and there'll be, you know, there's plenty of other cool like lookout spots, so that might be what it is, but either way, I think that main road can end, it'll come up to around in here as it approaches the hill, and then we'll run along the side of it, which will again add kind of another just funny angle to the city. And then this side, I want to have, oh, there we go. I want this to, like come around on the bottom of the hill on this side and just run along the river and in between the hill for the majority of it. And I don't know yet exactly what I want to do in here. I think that because this was preserved as being, a historic town, like we can do some of that in here, but I don't want this entire space to be like, oh yeah, it's a big park that we're saving. So I'll be pondering that as well, as far as like what makes the most sense to do in here. Yeah, so we've got that kind of going. What I will do is I will formally establish the borders for Red River. We'll run along the river for a long time. A big chunk of this valley will be the city of Red River. And for the record, I'll probably need to get a smaller one to go in there. I don't remember if I've talked about this yet, but I do want to attempt to do like some residential up on these foothills. I think I have mentioned that, but so definitely keep that in the back of your mind that I'll be doing that, because I think it'll look really cool when I do. I have all of the modern looking buildings. That's what I want to be up here. So it's kind of, it'll be just kind of contemporary, cool looking neighborhoods up on the top of that hill. It'll be awesome, but that'll be down the road a ways. I've got other fish to fry at the moment, so that'll be on that side. Kind of goes just all the way up the river, but that's not all. It also comes over onto this side, and all the way, that road will be the border. But yeah, Red River is on both sides of Red River. And you'll notice over here too, there is another train track that dead ends. It is gonna come in here somehow. I might kind of turn it and have it come over this way, but I want to have like a main station where all of the passenger rail sort of connects up in one spot that'll be kind of in here. But anyway, so that's what that'll be. I'll go ahead and just erase, make it look not as sloppy, and that'll work. I'm happy with that. So obviously it's gonna be a chunky city. By chunky I just mean large. I might, just depending on how things develop with it, I might, Red River might start annexing some land over in here, but we shall see. Like I said, I don't want it to be super sprawling either, because that would be not cool. But for sure there's going to be development in a good chunk of this valley, because why wouldn't there be? It's pretty. So that's a good start on that. Cool. I am trying to think of what my next move is. I also definitely at some point am gonna bring this highway. I'm gonna do a highway that'll come out this way. Again, I want to focus mostly on mass transit, but obviously bigger cities are gonna have more than one like interstate that come through. And because this interstate goes so far out of the way from where the downtown will be, I think that will be something that should happen. I also have had some people saying I should do an airport. I haven't wanted to yet just because there wasn't a ton of people. Oh, Franklin had a little fire. That's embarrassing for them. Couldn't be me. Anyway, the point, the thing that I was getting at is now I'm at a point where I do want to start considering an airport. My thought is it can go over in this section of the city, either that or, you know, out in this area where this little lake is. But we'll see. That's going to be a few episodes out still. It might even be one of those things where, you know, I build an airport right here and then, you know, later on a bigger one needs to be built as needed. But, you know, that's what we're doing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about what I'm doing, or just, you know, tell me a joke. Just, you know, do whatever you want in those comments. I will appreciate it no matter what it is, unless it's weird or gross or mean. Anyway, I'll see you next time.